What's up, everybody? My name is Archeagus, and today we're taking a look at a brand new simulation, HackHub, the ultimate hacker simulator. This game is new to me. As far as I can tell, it just popped up in early access a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, I saw it. I saw it was perfect for me. Might be perfect for the channel. And I'll definitely want to take a look. All right, so let's take a look at HackHub, the ultimate hacker simulator. All right, first thing we need to do is create our login. All right, so system notification. This is the start menu. From here, you can view all applications or return to the main menu. So we've got a bear. So this is like a bear OS simulation. Okay, so from here, you can learn everything you don't know about the game. For example, how terminal commands work or how to hack a Wi-Fi network. Okay, so we're definitely using terminal. From here, you can show or hide your current tasks. Open or close your phone from here. Toggle Wi-Fi list from here. Complete introduction. So this is where you can see your current mission objectives. Completed objectives are crossed out. All right, so our objectives are to connect to the phone's internet. We are only using Wi-Fi. Okay, we have various Wi-Fi that are available to us, but we want to use our phone first. Okay, so these are the Wi-Fi that are around us. One of these may be our Wi-Fi, maybe this one, since it's got the strongest signal. Oh, we also have VPN settings. We're using a simulated OS environment. Okay, so the VPN settings are buried in our network settings and our OS settings. So I'm in the OS settings now. And I did notice that when I was trying to configure the game to fit on the screen for the recording, they don't have display settings in there. So I had to go outside the game UI, to set the display settings. I thought that's a missed opportunity. They should have the display settings here in the settings, and you should be able to change them like you would in a normal OS. For terminal background, oh, I like that. So we can theme our terminal too. There's a background image opacity, but there's not a background image. Oh, I think it just means the desktop image. But that'd be nice if we could import an image into our terminal as well. All right, so we're going to minimize Spotify. I don't know if this is non-DME music or not. All right, so the first thing we need to do is go into our phone. So bear cell. So everything is bare in this game environment. Go to settings. Turn on your cellular access. Turn on hotspot. We actually cannot change these. All right, so our hotspot name is my hotspot, and the password is the number 3234412. Okay, connect to your phone's hotspot. All right. Access to internet. So we have access to the internet. Apparently it's not a very strong access. We've got a very weak signal right here. Install BetterCap tool. Wow. So we're using real terminal tools. So BetterCap is a network security application for basically testing and breaking networks. It's used both by IT departments, security companies, and hackers alike. So they want us to go and get BetterCap. Then we'll need to run BetterCap. So this gives us access to Wi-Fi and network modules that we can use to manipulate, scan, and identify our wireless opportunities around us. All right, so net.probe on. Yep. Net.show. So this will show you network adapters that are installed. Now we want to Wi-Fi.recon from the active interface. So that's WLAN 0. And now this will show the Wi-Fi networks that our WLAN 0 can detect. All right, so now we're going to attach ourselves to one of these. Choose one Wi-Fi network and set it as your target. All right, so we're going to set Wi-Fi AP to the BSSID, and I think Brett Gutman had the best Wi-Fi performance. So we're going to attach to that Wi-Fi. So why are we doing this? Why are we attaching to somebody else's Wi-Fi? For one thing, he's got a better connection than we do, a better signal. And for another, we don't want to be traced. We don't want our activity to be traced to us specifically. So by using somebody else's Wi-Fi, by leveraging their bandwidth, we're actually making it harder for our own person to be, detected and identified for the things that we're about to do. All right, so now we're going to deauthorize. What this does is this sends deauthorization calls to the Wi-Fi network. It causes everybody on the network to be disconnected, and then we are going to monitor that network's entire bandwidth to capture somebody reconnecting to the network. All right, so that's already been done. It's been processed, completed, capturing handshake. The handshake was captured as the brettgutman.pcat file in our root directory. All right, and now it wants us to exit BetterCat. So far, this is interesting. This is what you would actually do in a security or a hacker's environment. These are actual processes and methods that are used by security folk and hackers alike. All right, so now we're going to get hashcat. Okay. Now, a hashcat is a password cracking tool. You use it to construct passwords from the hash values that you intercepted from the network, which that's what's in that PCAT file. So we're going to use hashcat on that file. Okay. This is very cool. They're using real-world technology. They're using real-world tools in this simulation. This is more simulation than game, and that's very interesting to me. Okay, so we identified the password. It is malice. So now we can connect to the Wi-Fi with that password. So we go to our we don't have to disconnect. We just go to here. Malice. And we're now leveraging somebody else's Wi-Fi for our network activity. All right, now it wants us to open the browser and search for mail. Goggle. Okay. Open the browser and search for mail, then create an email account for your personal phone number. Phone. Personal. With suspicion. Oh, we should check that later. All right, personal. So our phone number is there. Full name. Our email is what was it? Gomail.com. Our phone is 901-493-4119. And our password for GoMail. And the verification code is 218221. All right, so we have our GoMail set up. What was the other thing? We want a bank. Liberty Central Bank. Register. All right, the ID number. Oh, that was on our phone as well. Wait, what was that? Oh, that was our security code. Yeah. All right, so now we use our ID number. 442-090-85269. 442-090-85269. Yep. Full name. I'm assuming it has to match our... I guess it doesn't have to match. Our phone number again, 901-493-4119. Our email, and our password for our bank account. We need another security code, 247881. All right. Now search for HackHub on Google. HackHub.net. All right, to get a job through HackHub, you need to follow user posts. Okay. You can apply for job offers from this section. Responses to the jobs will be sent via email, so don't forget to check your inbox. Once you finish the task, come back here and complete it through this post. Okay. Apply. Oh, okay. No, this section. All right, so then the notification appeared over here, so it wasn't clear if it meant this or if we were using this sidebar. But no, this is what it meant. It might be best if they could highlight or focus on this central rail when they use that notification, just to make it more clear. My code, unit tests, staging. And then when you deploy the code to the production environment, yep, that's about right. Okay, so check if the given server is working. So we've applied for this work. They said they'll send us an email. There's the email. All right, so hello, I heard you're new to cybersecurity work. Consider these tasks as a warm-up. For now, check whether the server I will give you is working. So they want us to check the condition of this web server. It looks like a web server. Which is returning a 404. All right, so in the terminal, they want us to use NSLookup. So NSLookup is a name server lookup tool that'll look up a domain or a namespace and find the IP address for it. All right, so now we have the IP. We can ping that IP. And determine if it's working or not. So, okay. No, it's not. Something is there. We hit something at 39.13.206.159, but it didn't return any sort of response. What did it say? That notification went by too quickly. But apparently that's all we needed to do. So we've completed that job. All right, so how does this affect bank? Okay, so we're using email to correspond with the client. We got paid by the client. And I guess we're ready for a new job. Yeah, here's a new one. So you need to find out who owns a particular domain. Customer wants to get information about that person. Okay, that's a very easy thing to do. I don't know why you're hiring somebody to, but okay, let's get into that. So the email says, "Hello, damn, someone beat me to it and bought the domain hospitablepassport.name before me. I urgently need to find out who owns it. All you need to do is reply to this email with the owner's full name." All right, this is very easy. You go into your terminal, you type in "who is," and there's the name. Jackie Harbor. That's it. Yep. How much did we get paid for that one? $10. Yeah, this is, I mean, I guess this is, I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. Coming into this, I'm fine with this. This is actually fun for me. This is soothing for my lizard brain. But yeah, these are like real things. I'm doing real things right now. This is what I did for my job for 11 plus years in my 25-year career at Dell Alienware. So yeah, I'm finding myself very comforted and very intrigued at the same time that this is being treated as a game, but it's actually teaching you real skills, real methods and techniques that anybody in this space would know. All right, so I'm assuming there's a new job. All right. The client wants to know what a given encrypted text originally says. The key needed to unlock it is provided. Your task is to decode the text and reveal the original message. Okay, interesting. So now what they're having us do, let's grab it, is decrypt a file. Oh no, decrypt a string. All right, I found a file in penetration test the other day, but the content of the file is encrypted text. I couldn't figure it out, but I think you will. Okay, you have enough to know that you have encrypted text, but you don't know enough to decode it. All right, when you decrypt it, you can send it as a reply to this email. So first, let's get the encrypted text. All right, so what are we going to use? They want us to use OpenSSL. That's right. So OpenSSL, it's another tool used by just about everyone for managing security and encryption in networks. But you can use it on anything that has encryption. All right, so with OpenSSL, we will decrypt the text. Oh, so this is what they want. And they said reply with the contents. And there we go. Oh. How much did that get us? 15. We're moving up. All right, we got a new one. Client wants to retrieve data from the given FTP server. Okay, so now we're going to use FTP. Well, I guess we should get the... All right, I have an FTP server. It contained classified information, but I don't know what it was. Can you connect to the server and send me the secret file content? All right, so we're going to connect to this FTP. And you would do that using the FTP command. The host is the IP. You is the user. which is going to be here. And P is the password. Okay, now we're in the FTP. So in the FTP environment, just like in a Linux environment, you would use ls or for list, and that'll show you the content. So pictures and secret, these are both, I'm assuming these are both directory names. Change directory to secret, list again, and we have a credit card file. All right. So we want to read the credit card file. The command for that is cat, that's short for catenate, which is a variation of concatenate. It's a real program in terminal environments for reading, combining, creating text files. All right, and so we want credit card.text. There we go. This is basically displaying the contents of that file. It's unencrypted. Reply, here's the message, and we're done. Again, these are all very simple and basic actions, and arguably they're not really, well, okay, BetterCap and Hashcat, using those the way we did, those are hacker-esque activities. Those are things that you're doing before you get down to some serious hacker work. But the rest of this stuff is just normal network administration. All right, client wants to retrieve data from the given FTP server. We've done that. Okay, sorry. How much did we make? 25. Whew. That is a 250% increase over our original work. Okay, we're up to $60. Not a bad day's work. We can afford lunch. All right. Next job. All right. So next they want us to infiltrate the school security systems to manipulate the exam grades of targeted students. Utilize your skills to accomplish this task carefully without triggering alarms or leaving traces. All right. So my name is Elizabeth Visser. I haven't been able to pass chemistry for exactly 2 years, and I got a bad grade in the last exam. It would be great if you could access the system and change my grade to 90. I don't know how you would do it, but all I have is the school's website, longtermdisc.net. What kind of school is this? Longtermdisc.net teaches chemistry? All right. If you succeed, I will pay you. I look forward to hearing from you. All right, so we don't need to reply to this. Okay, so we're going to use NS lookup again to, we need to exit FTP. NS lookup. Longtermdisc.net. So their IP address is 150.201.183.133. Now we want to try and find a way into this server. So what we're going to use Nmap. Yep. Nmap is a network mapping tool. It allows you to take an IP and it scans it and studies it, and it records or identifies all the different ways that you can communicate with it. So in this case, there's only one way for us to communicate with this server, is through port 3306. That's their database connection. It's an open connection. Everything else is closed. All right, so now that we have a doorway, a way in, what are they going? So they want us to go to HackDB. So this is not something you would normally do on any network. We're getting into dark web territory now. All right, HackDB. Or we're going to get a word list, right? Yep. So we're actually going to go and download a word list. So yeah, so just grab wordlist.lst. And it is in home/Archeagus/downloads wordlist.list. All right. Now install Hydra. Interesting. So Hydra is a real world tool as well. Oh, we need to install it. Now, Hydra is a security tool, used by just about everybody as well. It's used to test networks as well as break them. But its main purpose is to brute force its way into accounts by cracking passwords. So now we're going to run Hydra, right? We have the IP. The port is 3306. And the password file is in home/Archeagus/downloads/wordlist. Yep. Okay, so yeah, this is using the real Hydra version 7.6 from 2013, which sounds about right. I think they're up to version 9 or so, last I checked. Yeah, this is what you would really do to... This is one way. This is one common way you would go to crack a password. All right, so we have the password. It's Doris for the guest account going into the school. So now we can connect to the school. It's their database. So this wants us to download an app from the App Store. Database manager. User is guest, password is Doris. Guest, Doris. And yeah. Here are the grades. Her name was Elizabeth Visser. She got chemistry. She got a 4. She wants a 90. And somehow they know that we did it. And then there's no disconnect button, so we just get out of there. All right, so go back into our browser. Let's close our evidence and complete our job. How much did we get paid for that? $40. Okay. Still moving up in the world. All right. You need to find the real owner of a drug network. Whoa. What is this about? Who really? Now we're going to start a slightly more challenging task. I know a website involved in secret drug dealing. If you can find out who is in charge of these activities and send me their information, I can arrange for the rest. Oh, okay. All right, so the site is Ipsum name. So again, we're going to who is this site? All right, so now we have a name, but they want us to find the real drug dealer. So we have 2 names here. We've got Yoshimi, whatever that is, and Leah Kaiser for this website based on the who is information. They want us to, install Lynx. So Lynx is basically the world's first web browser. So we're going to look up this person's information, presumably by their name. So let's get this first part here, this name. Using links. Interesting. Normally you would put a URL here, but they're saying we're putting a name here. Links information gathering tool. Version 1.9.3. Okay, so this is the first deviation from real world data that I've seen. Links is, to my knowledge, this is not how links works. Two friends. Okay, so now we have two more names we can search. So this does find personal information. This person, graduated from Kutch University. So I'm assuming it wants us to search additional details for these other names. So links again, name again. And can I open another terminal? I cannot. Right? No. Oh, wait. You can. If I'd known that, I would have done this. I would have done the second search simultaneously. What did it find? So nothing was found for this first name. We're going to assume... Oh, he has a criminal record. He was arrested for selling drugs and was released after 4 years. So there's a certain assumption of nonconformity, like non-reformation. I mean, he could be a reformed man now after 4 years, but we're going to assume that this is our guy. So we have Steven Lopez. Should be in our... Yep. Very interesting. Maggie.
Hello, I know it's a little late and I shouldn't be calling at this hour, but I need your help. Can you help me?
What happened,
Maggie?
Oh.
My neighbor. Fuck. This kid is a complete idiot. I have a very important exam tomorrow and I can't focus because of the shouting of the game.
Okay, what exactly do you want from me?
Dude.
Full voice acting.
I know you're a hacker. Turn off that kid's computer so I can study. Come on, please.
Okay, well, I will, but you have to at least give me an IP address.
Dude, how can I know the kid's IP address? You know, I don't know much about these things. I just know his name. That's all.
Ugh. Okay, give his name.
Thank you so much. I'll send his name as a message. Good night.
Oh, okay. So she's going to send me the name. Oh, she sent it on the phone. Dieter Marin. So we're going to use links again. Look up his name, find any personal details about him. Again, links is not what you would... Well, okay. Links can be something you would use for this, but not quite this way, not to my knowledge. There we go. We have an IP address. So then we can nmap that IP address. And he's got port 22 open for SSH security. All right. So we would use Hydra again. Again, this is really, really cool. This is something that you would really do, that you could really do in real life and get a real result. I don't recommend you start using these methods to practice breaking into people's Wi-Fi and that sort of thing, but they're teaching real world skill, real world applications in this simulation. Downloads. Wordless, there it is. All right. So Hydra's now using the word list to test several iterations of popular passwords and string combinations to try and brute force its way into this account. 10,000, 11,000, 12,000 different attempts to log in using various different passwords. All right, so his password is Yoda on his guest account. All right. So now we can SSH into his account. Host is guest at IP. And password is Yoda. Okay, we're now in control of that IP remotely. And what we can do is issue the shutdown command. That kid's done. And Maggie's calling again.
Oh my God, finally he shut it up. Thank you very much. Good night.
You're welcome. Good night.
Did she pay us for that? Well, I guess so. Although it came from Amphan Kim, and her name is Maggie, so very, very strange. All right, need to find the real world of the dark minute. So, someone has launched a smear campaign against our platform on Twitter. Trace the accounts leading this campaign, uncover their identities, and take control of their accounts. Put an end to the campaign and restore our platform's good name. Okay. Wait, oh, there it is. All right, Moses Hasna 926 says, have you seen the trending post around about HackHub on Twitter? These people are complete idiots. Take care of this. So they want us to go to Twitter. So we need to register account. You probably wouldn't want to use your real name if you're using it as a test or a mask. But what's our username? Tweeter. I don't know. Password. All right. Somebody just think they are hackers. They found a site called HackHub where they're supposedly making money. Ha ha ha. Okay, so this is the name that they're having us investigate. And this is why I say you probably don't want to use your real name in these types of environments because it can expose you to stuff like this. So we're going to look up this person's information using, again, links. So their Twitter account is found with registered username at Jacobs Nakabu. Their email. Okay, so now we have their email information. So now they want us to send a phishing email to them. Oh, so Twitter credential harvester. Okay, so you need to use these forms that it gives you in this mail program that I don't know why they would have these in this legitimate mail program. But here we are. We are sending him a phishing detail regarding his username. Those are the two things it asks for. For this template to work, a Twitter credential harvester file attachment is required. Download from hackdb.net. All right, so now we go back to hackdb. And we need a Twitter credential harvester. Okay. Twatterform.html. All right. Then we go back to our email and we attach the Twatter form. And we send. All right, we got a response. Again, this is not something you would do from your personal email address, but yeah. Account data has been compromised. Username, password, blah, blah. All right. We now have his login information. So we log into the account on Twatter. Log out. Log in using his data and his password. Guess we don't need the @ All right, we're now logged in as this guy. So now we want to share a post that will embarrass him. You know what they say? What? Okay. Not my first choice, but apparently this is me winning. Log out from target account. Cyber justice is ready to complete. When you use Linux instead of Windows. All right, complete. $40. We're up to 220 now. So we're growing quickly. All right, so this is very enlightening. Up until the phishing email, that was the only real hiccup I had with the game, simply because it didn't quite give you enough guidance to understand that you have that extra feature in the email program to create such a mail. So you've got this form here that allows you to submit these different types of phishing emails. Didn't know this button was here. These are all very legitimate ways to try and phish information about a person's account or about their details. So like an online user, you want to capture when the person is online. You send them an email that says, hey, let me know when you're online. Event ticket. Yep. So this is where you would send somebody an email with a payload package that they would actually install, thinking that it's something else, and that allows you access to their system in a different way. But yeah, really like it. I really think this is a very interesting way to teach people legitimate skills, legitimate tools. You know, just because you're learning hacking doesn't mean that you're learning it for nefarious reasons. There are various different types of hackers that use their skills to reinforce security as much as they do to break through security. So I wouldn't condemn anybody who is learning these skills. And arguably the stuff that you're doing in this game so far is very harmless stuff. Changing somebody's grades, that's probably the most nefarious thing that I've done so far with these details. Yeah, absconding somebody's account and using it to embarrass them, that's petty, but it's not quite criminal. Not to the level of other famous hacks that you see out there. So yeah, I wouldn't condemn anybody for playing this game, for learning these skills, for wanting to know more from this path, especially considering they are, for the most part, teaching you real skills, real tools, real methodologies used in this space. Now, they're not the most powerful, they're not the greatest, they're probably not the most common in some regards, but it is a means to an end. and it can lead you down a very real career in this space. If you'd like to see more, let me know. Be sure to like, subscribe, and or follow whichever platform you see me on. And until next time, you guys be safe.